Another Ants on a Rock video. Welcome to the Ant Corner. Hey there Ant fans, in this video I'm going to show you my new queens and what's going on. So first, my new colony, a Diacamma something or other, I can't pronounce it. Asian bullet ants. This is an awesome looking colony and I'm going to show you them in a video coming out real soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. It's a massive bioactive tank like my other one. It's really exciting and I can't wait to show you. So that's coming out at the weekend. Next up, to explain briefly, Ant's Hood, a fellow YouTuber, is doing a ant hibernation experiment this year, which I will be involved in. I'll put a link below to his video about it. It's basically collect as many queens as I could from this year's nuptial flight, Lasius Niger queens, which I have in test tubes now. I'm going to hibernate half of them and not hibernate half of them, keeping them exactly in the same conditions apart from this. And in a year's time and so on, we will be looking at growth rates and comparing notes to see how hibernating or not hibernating affects your Lasius nigers and other species. If you haven't seen Ant's Hood before, I suggest you follow that link and watch a few of his videos. They're really great videos and he's been a real great help to me as well. So I'm really excited to take part in this experiment for him. So I have 7 queens for the experiment. I thought I actually had 8, but I can't find the 8, so I have 7. And we're going to go through them now. Colony 1A has eggs that she is tending to, and she looks fine and healthy. Colony 2A is in the same state. She has eggs that she is tending to, and she is healthy and fine. Of course, having eggs at this stage does not mean that they are fertile. They could grow up to be males. Colony 3A has eggs that she is tending to, and is fine and well. Again, all of these queens were caught this year's nuptial flight within 5 minutes of each other, just walking home from my local gym. Colony 1B has eggs and is fine and well. They had all lost their wings by the point that I collected them, and they were just walking around on the ground. Very easy to collect, very fun as well. So I do have my fingers crossed that most of these are fertile, and they were fertilized during their nuptial flight. Colony 2B has a particularly large batch of eggs, quite a lot in there, that she is tending to, and she seems well and fine. After I check all of these queens, they will go back into the dark cupboard where it is quiet and vibration free. They do not need any feeding or anything at this point until they have their first nanitics. Colony 3B has eggs and is fine. And finally, it is kind of hard to see, but colony 4B has eggs and she is fine. So again, these ants are all for the Ant's Hood Lasius Niger hibernation experiment. Moving on to another experiment. This one was done by Ants Holifer. If you haven't seen Ants Holifer before, I'm going to put a link to this playlist about his experiment in my description below, so make sure you check that out as well. In basic, he did an experiment to see if Lasius Niger could be polygynous. This means that multiple queens will live together in harmony, producing a much stronger colony. He had mixed results, with some doing quite well, so I thought it'd be really interesting to recreate this experiment and compare notes and findings at the end, as I thought his research in this was really interesting. So coming up first, we have multi-queen test tube 1. This is a 2-queen setup, and they have laid a nice batch of eggs, which the queen on the right hand side is tending to. They don't seem to have any issues with each other, and it seems to be going quite well. So, exciting times. Multi-queen test tube 2. Again, they have a nice batch of eggs between them. They seem to be living together in harmony with no issues. So, happy days. Now, I was quite shocked when I opened this next test tube. Multi-queen test tube 3, 2 dead queens and 1 still alive. And from what I could see, no batch of eggs. So this colony doesn't seem to be doing that great. Meaning I will probably put the single queen in a singular test tube and add it to the ants hood experiment, making that 8 again. And finally bringing me to another new ant colony to the channel. Again, I don't want to butcher how you pronounce the name, so I'm going to put it here. It's Phildolie something or other. And they have their first nanitic, which you can see running around here. The queen is under this bit of cotton wool, which I do manage to get a bit of a shot of. And she, although she's very still and I thought she was dead for a minute, she's actually tending to a nice big batch of eggs. So, happy days, we now have Phildolie. So with all these new ant species coming into the ants corner, it's really exciting times and I can't wait to show you my bullet ants this weekend. And if you haven't pressed it yet, press that subscribe button, little bell icon. You won't miss out on any of my future videos. And as always, I'll see you again, ant fans.